So yes, continuing. Hello everyone. And so we're going to do, I've only just got back and I haven't had time to kind of do a full astrology thing. But I thought anyway, what would be really nice is to do a meditation where we tune into the moon and the energies of the 64th gene key, which moves from confusion to imagination and to illumination. So we're going to call that up in the meditation. And in the I Ching, the the hexagram is fire over water. So it's an interesting one because what my book says, it's like the elements are there to do the cooking, but they're not in the right place yet. And that kind of feels like a quite a interesting theme, like what we need may be present, but we don't know quite how to put it together, or maybe it even needs to be turned upside down. So I have this kind of vision of the tree of life turning upside down, which I'll bring in to the meditation. Um, and the other interesting thing that happened at the eclipse is Uranus went retrograde at the almost the same time in Gemini. And this is to do with communication. So we may get like sudden flashes of insight, but Uranus in Gemini does literally turn everything upside down. It's a very trickster energy. So I'll bring that in as well. And then maybe what we can do afterwards is if you want to stay, you can stay and we can have a little catch up of like what's been happening because I haven't seen you all for a couple of weeks and how things are going, how the eclipse affected you. Um, I got back from my long travels last night, got back at like 9 in the evening, and the eclipse was just finishing, like it was going back to the full moon. Look, when it arrived at the station, it still had a bite mark in it. And then as it got home, it was shining over the sea, like really, really bright lights, moonlight over the sea. And it was like, wow, just been on this huge journey. And as I get back home, the eclipse finishes. It's like such perfect timing, really. So anyway, I'll share a bit more of my journey later. But let's do the meditation first. And as I say, if you want to stay afterwards, we can have a chat. Okay, so let's bring ourselves into the present moment, just leaving aside any other things that might need doing later or what you've been doing earlier. Let's just take some breaths together. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Big sigh. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And one more. Ah. So let's begin by feeling into the world all around us. First, let's feel our roots going down into the earth. Maybe we're outside even. We can feel the grass or the earth beneath us. Or if we're in our home or another home, just really making a conscious connection with Gaia, with the earth light grid that receives all the cosmic rays, and especially with the water. Maybe you're near the sea, or you might be near a river. Even if you can't see it or it's not directly nearby, just tune into the water wherever you're living. You can see it already here really powerfully by the sea, the huge surge of low tide, like it's very, very low today, the pull of the moon. So just spend a moment just breathing into the pull of the moon, feeling its gravitational pull, subtle pull on the waters of your body, on the skin, the bones, all the things that make up your physical being. And feeling especially into the emotional realm, the watery emotional realm, which is the moon's influence. Breathing in that illumination and imagination, the gift of imagination into your emotional being, into your sacral chakra. At these huge cosmic events, Uranus turning retrograde, the lunar eclipse, let them open your mind, open your being to things maybe you've never even considered, the new, the fresh. Let your imagination soar. And as now we sit in this meditational place, touching into stillness, breathing into the stillness, let's bring to mind the tree of life. It's maybe different traditions. So whichever tradition you most love, what is a tree of life in that tradition? And just bring this tree so that you're either sitting next to it in your imagination, or maybe you're even inside of it. Maybe you are the tree, you've merged with the tree. Whatever feels right to you. Maybe you're standing with your hands touching the tree. And just feel into the main trunk of the tree. Its rings of time, the water flowing through the tree, from the roots to the leaves and back down again, like our blood flowing through our body. Sap is flowing through this tree. Let our imagination sink into the roots of the tree that are at least as big as the canopy. So let The roots and your own energy go down and explore the mycelium. Thousands of miles of mycelium, like an amazing internet beneath our feet of each and every tree. And this tree of life has even vaster. It's receiving all that heaven, all that earth has to offer. It receives into its roots, into this vast communication system beneath the earth, part of Gaia. Imagine the energies of the electric blue planet Uranus, the liberator, seeping and landing deep within this mycelium system. So it's lit up with inspiration and illumination. Perhaps messages flying from England, where I am, to California, to Florida, to Poland, to wherever you happen to be right now. Let this web of communication that is Gaia's network light up beneath your feet, with you as its sacred conduit, just a bit detached from whatever may wish to land through you, express itself through you. And from the roots coming back into the trunk, the strength of the trunk. Then, as feels right, stretching your energies, your imagination, your consciousness up into the leaves. Imagine the breeze softly touching the leaves so that they rustle. The wind carries so many things, so many messages if we listen deeply. So just taking a minute now to breathe and listen, connecting to the moon again and the wind, sun, the stars. And perhaps these old scripts and contracts that we've been carrying maybe for many lifetimes, agreements in the collective, agreements that we would like to liberate ourselves from. And we bring to mind such a notion, an idea. Let that electric blue light of Uranus, the bright light of the moon, the portal of the eclipse, dissolve old contracts that are no longer working for us, old ideas and notions that we have of ourselves and other people. And imagine instead a web of life, the whole of Gaia stretching across the whole of the planet. And each of us is a bright light within that web. And our new agreement, if you agree in your heart, is that we all want to shine brighter so that the world has more love, more joy, more imagination, more creativity, more wisdom, because we agree to shine. So if you feel this is a new agreement you would like to have, and imagine that in front of you, and you can sign it with your name. I agree to shine. I agree to shine. I agree to shine. Perhaps also an add-on is that we agree to help each other shine, so that we give each other messages and support that we know will facilitate the increase in shine. It doesn't always mean we have to be overly sweet and nice. Sometimes we might need to have some very honest conversations. But if our intention is always that ourselves and others should shine in the world, this is a very powerful guidance for all of our actions. Breathe that into yourself. Mm. Imagine Gaia's web of life lit up with every person who decides to let their true light shine, their inner illumination shine, to feel the coming out of confusion, like the confusion of trying to destroy yourself, not honor your life form, and moving into that gift of imagination. Imagine us flowering. Imagine yourself flowering. Imagine the people in the world we think aren't going to flower, flowering. Let our imagination stretch to even those we've lost hope for. And let us then rise and open into illumination. This is symbolized by the peacock of great beauty, the peacock feathers with their eyes of many luminescent ways, picking up that electric blue of Uranus in the tail of the peacock, the iridescent greens and blues. And then once more, bringing ourselves back into the trunk of our world tree, feeling heaven above, earth below, as above, so below, the fire above, the water below. And an image then of perhaps this whole reversing, the tree of life turning upside down, the fire and water turning upside down, so that we have fire beneath water, a pot of water, cooking food, making something delicious and practical, something that supports us in life through taking it into our bodies, taking it in as food. So let this reversal stay for a while. You can always change it. Very trickster energy, roots in the sky, branches in the land, in the earth. Fire beneath your cooking pot. Bringing all the elements in your life together in a way where they can be used to support you and inspire your journey, energize you, help you see the way forward, the next step. And for one last time, let's subtly tune into the moon again. She's invisible to all of us at the moment, but she's there, her pull on our water in our body, the pull on our cells. So let that subtle energy be there. Let your body move in a bit of a dance with the moon. Feel her blessing, feel her love. Feel how the moon is so much part of the vegetation cycles, the female menstrual cycles. She's so much part of our lives. We wouldn't survive, we wouldn't live here without her. So giving thanks, deep gratitude and thanks to the moon and the sun and our earth and all of us here, and to Soul Tribe, this magical place where we can support each other. So bringing yourself now back into your body, feel your feet on the floor. You can wriggle your fingers, shake your head a bit. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Hmm. So it'd be lovely to have a share. And I want to hear where you all are. Because I know some of you are in interesting places. So I'm going to stop the recording and then we can share some more. Hang on, where is it? Stop. There